Donald Trump's science chief come out and say, we have technology to manipulate time and space. He said that on record? He said that on record. You can pull this up.
But we are capable of so much more. Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance annihilated, cause things to grow and improve productivity.
Everything that I'm saying, you can pull it up and you can fact check everything. Now, if Einstein's theory of relativity is true, then time travel is possible.
You have to reach close to the speed of light.
Right. Now, Elon Musk and his team are working on a time machine now. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
That's coming. Donald Trump's science chief come out.
Future.
Exactly. Certainly knowing how string theory and possible futures works makes it so you can work your mind very quickly to see the reality of what's happening and decide what decisions need to be made to change it for a particular outcome.
Okay, but at a certain point you said that even the powers that be, so to speak, realized that having even abilities such as yourself, you're talking about, which they, in theory, had even using a computer or a looking glass.
Right, they had to use a computer to do it.
Right, so in essence, but at a certain point, it's still an end game. It's still, they cannot go beyond a certain point.
At a certain point, after they're done hearing the computer tell them, this is what's going to happen over and over and over and over again, all they become focused on is how do we fix it?
Why? What is?
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there, unto those like foreigners. I'm going to see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. And this man, the Lord has given this man Esau a lot of things. A lot of things. What I mean by, obviously by that, he has been given Esau an ability like no other nation. Now, he probably gave little hints to the other nations back then, but Esau has been blessed. All right? He's been blessed. But despite his blessing comes with a time limit. He's like limited time. Like, you watch those commercials with like you're gonna purchase something, well, limited time only. You get to get this. Well, it's limited time only that Esau gets to remain in the position of rulership, because his blessing, how great it is, has a time limit. All right, has a major time limit to it. And we're seeing that. This right here, this video, I had put in my phone. This is called the Project Looking Glass. And this gives us a great indication. What I mean by us, the hopeful elect. So it gives us the greatest indication that we all know this is happening. The end of this man's world. All right? This is why all the great prophets in time past didn't simulate to the kingdoms that they were in. They only dealt with certain things accordingly. However, they knew that the place, the time that they were at is limited, which the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai to have that spirit, because this is not the kingdom of heaven. All right, this is not our kingdom. Couple scriptures. Well, so that was an old video I always had. and it's called Project Looking Glass. I forgot. It's a documentary. The Lord allowed them to see the future, but they cannot manipulate the future. All right. The first video, the way they made it sound like they can't do that. All right. They can't change time. Job 15 and 5, sorry. Come on. The hell? Job 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of months are with thee, and thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So when somebody's time is determined, it doesn't go beyond the time that is set. So Esau has a time limit. Okay? His rulership has a time limit. His existence has a time limit. This is why, matter of fact, I'm going to go there. I'll go to that one. Wisdom of Solomon 2. I can start on 1. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there's no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Well, there is. His name is Yahweh Shai. And he didn't die for all the people of the world. He died for his people, Israel. Okay? For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as a smoke, and as a little spark in the moving of the heart. So this is the mindset of Esau. This is why they're so obsessed with living forever. Because technically, well, I mean, I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but technically, it tells you that in the end, but the Lord created man to live for a long period of time. That's why when you read, you have Methuselah, I believe he was 960 years, 69 years on earth, close to a day in the sight of the Lord. So technically, man was created to live forever, but the current condition of the people that's in power, the Lord was not going to allow that to happen. And look at the short period of time that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has ruled, and look at how much devastation has he have caused on the planet Earth. Real quick, Revelations 24. I just want to go to the point. 3. And cast them into the bottomless pit, which the bottomless pit is Europe. All right. And the devil that was shut was Esau. All right. He was shut because he had no influences. He had nothing. There was a period of time in history, human history in Europe. They called it the Dark Ages. All right. People settled there, but they called it the Dark Ages. And there was a play of words because during that 1,000-year period, what they call so-called blacks was ruling Europe. Okay. And it says, so the Lord shut Esau, because remember, Esau ran the Roman empire for a certain period of time until Jake took over. Then the west of Rome fell, while the east flourished. So that west was the bottomless pit that needed to be revived. By whom? Israel, right? Who went by Christians, Muslims, Slakia, and so forth. It says, and set a seal upon him, and that seal prevented him to deceive the world. All right. So actually, I just skipped it. Sorry. That he should not deceive the nations no more. So that obviously the devil The devil's a lie. Oh, I'm thinking of, damn, what's it? Movie with this guy, something Frazier, but Bedazzle. There was a scene because the devil was playing like a genie and was giving him whatever he want. And I forgot, and her name was Elizabeth Hurley. She was fine back then. Yeah, she was fine back then when she played the devil. Real funny. It was a remake of the same movie, but different actors. But when he got one of his wishes, and so he's like, yeah, I got my blessing. And then this one particular blessing that he was an athlete. Then he looked at his penis and he was like, oh, the devil's a lie. The devil's a lie. Like it was funny when you watch it. It's like, damn, yeah. So you got what you wanted, but it's not what you wanted. All right. Just like it's happening today. It says, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loose a little season. So little season, matter of fact, let me see what it says for here. I never looked at it in the Greek. What am I doing? Um, um, Come on. Little season, the Greek word is
Strong's G 5550. Chronos. Chronos.
time, either long or short. So a little season is a short season. So Esau is not going to rule that long. This is why time is, especially now, is speeding up because the power's at hand. Matter of fact, let me get that. Matthew's 24:22. And it states this: except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. So what is it saying? The time is going faster. If the time doesn't go faster, no living being would be able to live. So they need to be saved. All right. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. So that's how much care Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has, that his only concern is for the elect. So he's speeding time, which did a video. Everybody's starting to realize that you have the average person that doesn't believe in the scriptures, don't know nothing what's going on. All they know is they feel it, they see it, time is going by faster. The reason time is going by faster because the clock is running out on this current present world. And in the mindset of these elites, the people that's behind everything, they want to speed things up so that they can implement their world. So even though, like the man said about the looking glass, they still is trying to upset prophecy. They're still trying to upset what is already determined against them. So they're madmen. The Lord allowed you to see what's going to happen, but you're not going to be able to change what's going to happen. All right. Oh, what proves it? Two of them actually. Daniel 7:26. It says, "But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, consume and to destroy it unto the end." So the judgment shall sit should be Old English for. It said, let me see what it says in the other version. Let me see if they capture the essence of that particular. That's one of my favorites. Because if something sit, it's settled. It's not going anywhere. Right? So the judgment shall, I'm sorry, Daniel's 7. Oh, come on. Now that they want to act up. Salaki, I just want to see what it says in the NLT. I could do it the other one with the other one, but it's too much. It's just I could whatever. It says Daniel's 7:26 NLT. But then the court will pass judgment. Wow. And all his power will be taken away, talking about Esau, and completely destroyed. So the court will pass judgment. What that reminds me of. Let's go to, it's in the same chapter too. That's ironically funny. Second Ezra 6:22. Is it? No, the books shall open. Salaki, it's just one particular. You know what? Let's go to the point, and I'm gonna jump down. It should be this chapter. It says Second Ezra 6:7, same chapter, right? Then answered I and said, "What shall be a parting of the sunder of the times?" So all the prophets from the apostles back then, all the prophets asked Lord, like, when is this is going to end? All right, this shit can't go on forever. All right, and it can't. The world is out of whack. Things are completely out of order. And the people that's bringing the disorder is the same people that's trying to bring in the new order. So it doesn't fit. All right. And it says, and when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows? Because despite what everybody believes that you see and you hear, the earth is always going to be around. Okay. The earth is always going to be around. So despite the money that's being spent and the idea of, okay, if we're not going to rule, what they call it, the Samson effect. That's what the small hats call it. The Samson effect is if anybody attacks Israel, they're taking everybody down with them. But these supposed to be the people of the Lord, right? To take down the very world they supposed to be ruling. Go figures. What it says that in the scriptures. But all in all, the prophets of old always knew that life would continue because the earth abided forever. And the Lord created the earth for our sakes. This is all in this one chapter too. And it says, for Esau is the end of the world. So the world right now is at its end. Because the same people that want to bring in and usher in the new world order is simultaneously tearing their own system apart. Okay? Which is ironic to say that a people that rules should be extremely happy that they're in the power position, but not these people. No. They want to rule forever. They want to completely destroy that which is before them. And this is why Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is judging them in such a fashionable manner. It says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau, the actual Edomites are trying to play the role of Jacob and Esau. They were trying to rule this world and they try to rule the world to come. But it's not going to happen. Okay? And the hand of a man is betwixt the heel, which goes back to the birth of Jacob and Esau. In the hand, other question Ezra asks thou not. Now I'm gonna jump down because it said that the judgment shall sit, or the court has passed judgment. Now where is this court that's passing judgment? That's in the heavens. All right, it's been have judgments. We're just announcing the prophets of the Lord, all right, are announcing that set judgment. This is what we do when we go out in the highways and byways. We go out there to pronounce the judgment. This is what's coming from the highest level. And wow, hold on. I know it's in this chapter. Slakia. Books were open. Okay, maybe Apocrypha, Salakia. I know I ain't bugging. Hold on. Oh, the firmament books. See firmament. Yeah, see, it was the same chapter. I don't know. I'm getting old. Second Ezra 6:20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away, which we are in that time, okay? The scripture says that the earth is hastened to vanish, to pass away. Okay, the world that we in is vanishing. Hey, look, I remember, damn near. I remember when everybody didn't have a computer in their home. Is the reason why I bring this out. I remember when it was not a popular thing to have certain things, to be a certain way. All that shit is changing. It's changing dramatically. That what was in the past is changing dramatically. Someone like me and other people is not fit for the world that they desire, the people that's in power desire, because we knew a world before a world. It's like the scene in the book of Eli, book, right? And the book of Eli, it was the girl, I forgot her name in real life, asked Denzel, what was the world like before? And he said, the world, everybody had more than they needed. Okay, so they lived past that vanishing point. They was in the past. They was in the where it vanished. We're in the past. We're right now where everything is passing away. Everything is changing dramatically. It says, "It shall be finished." So what we knew is finishing. Then will I show these tokens. The book shall be open before the firmament, and they shall see all together, which is talking about ultimately judgment. So the Lord is not going to come back and such and such, you're going to be judged for this. No, that we set in the judgment every time we go out there in the highways and the byways. We telling them this is a court order. I gotta say it like that. This is a court order from Judge Yahweh Shai, right? Like in the time past of what the Martins and then the Wild West, how they conducted themselves is that the marshals and people in that position of power, once they get a court order, they got to present the court order from the judge saying, I come to get such and such, especially bounty hunters. I got to get for such and such. And everybody must acknowledge the fact and say, oh, this is from the judge. So we're using the scriptures to pronounce your judgment. Was it Isaiah 34:1 to the nations that they going down? All right. Ezekiel 35:1, Ezekiel 36:1, talking about Esau, Edom, Jeremiah 49:7, Obadiah, countless Isaiah 47, Isaiah 63, Isaiah 66:15. Well, judgment, right? Matthew's 25th chapter, Matthew's the 24th chapter, Revelation 19, and so forth and so forth. There wasn't written there for no reason. It was written there so we could tell the world it's judgment. Okay? So your judgment has a time limit. You are at the point of passing your time limit. You're right on time. So you can't change nothing. All right. The Lord may allow you to see the past. The Lord may allow you to see the future, but you can't change it. Okay, you can't change it. And what would make, or how would they try to change something? Simply, they can't. Why they can't change it? Hebrews 12 and 16. I gotta read this in the is it NLT that has a good one? It says, make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau, who traded his birthright as the firstborn son for a single meal. You sacks of shit. You know that afterward, when he wanted his father's blessing, he was rejected. It was too late for repentance, even though he begged with bitter tears. So he can't repent his way out of this. He can't get back that birthright. All right. That's the one thing that's eluding him. So he can sit there and pretend that he can mask the fact of he gets to play God. He gets to emerge with technology. But deep down inside, they know they done fucked up. Then only they fucked up, they know that they don't have no future. That is poetry. So he did sort it out carefully with tears, because that's when he realized how important his father's blessing. But yet his fathers did bless him, but that blessing came with a time limit. And that's the thing that he cannot pass. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.